and welcome back to another Monday Fun Day where we are having a fun time with Dina on our amazing podcast, Passion Unscripted, where we talk more about intimacy and how we can be more connected to ourselves and to our partners. And if this is the first time that you're tuning in, hello, hello. My name is Irina Portnova, and I'm a manifestation star. I teach you how to consciously direct your energy into something that you want to create, whether this is self love or this is the love with your significant other or just attracting that amazing love in your life. And I am here today with my amazing Dina Alexander. Dina, tell a couple of words about yourself.
Hi, Irina. Love you. Fun day, Mondays. Yes, my name is Dina. If this is the first time you are tuning in with us, I do believe sex and spirituality should be married, go hand in hand. That is the basic. It should be balanced. If it's not, you need to readjust it, rearrange, rebalance, and that's what I do. I think you should have fun. You should have be creative in that area for you to manifest what you want in your life.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And today we have a great topic as usually. Dina brings these perfect topics to talk about. And today we are talking about monogamy and the missing fire.
You know what? 2 ladies sent me this week because these topics are being sent to me by my followers. Mm-hmm. And 2 ladies, they sent me a small video or a quote on women that they are misunderstood, really misunderstood. Some of them, they really think that the fault is in their hands. Because the libido, they feel like the libido are lower than before. They got to know their partners and it's their fault. And not usually, it has nothing to do with the women. It has to do that because of the monotony.
Yes, monotonous, right? Monotonous relationship connections, right? Mm-hmm.
In the relationship, and that triggers that you don't want to you don't have that spark anymore. Okay. And that is why I said to myself, maybe we should use this occasion to talk about, for us to understand this boredom in monogamy. Okay. Because most of us does not understand it and they think that it's their fault. No, you need to keep on having the fun, the being the little girl, and you need to keep that spark alive. Otherwise you will be fall into this boredom. Okay. And usually, Irina, this boredom arises in long-term relationship, particularly in women, for women. And they need they feel they need the depth, the renewal. Okay. And it's a natural response. I need to emphasize it's a natural response. When intimacy becomes a routine and or disconnected from the deeper meaning. Okay. And it's not specifically the lack of physical attention. It's about missing that soul connection and that presence. Okay. So share with me what comes up before I go to the next section.
Yes, totally. So what comes up to me, I truly feel that it relates to both men and women, because that's where the affairs start to happen. Because again, and it's easier for the man to have affairs than for a woman, especially, like if women have the kids and other responsibilities in their life. So it's easy for men to go on the side. But again, the question comes to the like the missing fire. So I truly feel that this is going for both as men and women. And like you mentioned, Dina, is very, very important. Understand that everything requires the work, right? So, and it takes two to tango. I do not believe that one partner has to just be the contributor and the other just to be a receiver. I truly believe it takes two to tango. So everybody put in the effort. And when I say everybody put in an effort, it's not like something, another item on the to do list, but rather than, hey, let's make it fun, let's make it creative. And for me, like where I saw the spark of passion in my relationship was when we traveled together, when we were having the getaway together, where we are doing something together. Because again, if people are just doing the routine thing, going to work and coming back home without any kind of exploration, that also can be very boring, right? So people can take classes together, they can go with the friends to camping, whatever it is, right? Because again, we are all very individuals, and it's all about what ignites you the most and your partner, and just go and explore and experience. And you can always bring more romance into that, right, in these kind of occasions. And that's what really sparked that passion and everything else.
So I like what you said, but I'm saying a but, and I'm not discarding what you said. It takes two to tango. However, the women should take the responsibility, because the boredom becomes, they are more vulnerable for the boreness of or the becoming routine. Whatever the routine, it happens to them earlier than at the male side. So they need to take that as a responsibility. And the male should be aware that they should not have a routine in bed. And that's why I want to go to section 2, because sacredness of intimacy, it's a major thing. Okay, spirituality and sacredness in the intimate connection should be placed. If because if you keep on having only sex and physical interaction, it becomes boredom for the woman. Okay, so how do you get that? How you get the sacredness in your relationship? You need to have tools to transform your relationship, the experience, moving from physical to spiritual and deeper connection. Okay, it's a spiritual union, and there are so many tools out there. I know what I use, and if you want to know more, please do connect with me, because that's the reason why we're here. Okay, I'm very responsible, and I can mention some tools that I use, but if you go and Google it, I don't know if they have the same responsibility if when you're guided by me. That's why I feel very, very responsible when I provide these tools, because I'm the one that's going to check back. How did it go? What the result that you get? It's very important. It's not that I don't want to share. No, it's about a responsibility that I do take it very, very. It's very important for me. Okay. Does something come up?
What something comes up is just, it's all about exploring and experimenting. Whatever, like whether you take the bedroom or you take the boardroom or anything in between. So our life is all about experiment and exploration. And the more the person is open for that, the more they feel the aliveness in every area of their life, including intimacy.
Yes, yes. Even though I don't want to share the tools, because I feel very responsible to, when someone carries out the tool that I provide, that they have results. I do want to give some tips. Okay, so when you need to ignite that spark within. Okay, because you have a long-term relationship and it's already boring, you need to practice presence. And that's difficult because you have a way of handling each other. You already are not listening what your partner is telling you after a long day's work. because it's already boring. You already know what he or she is going to tell you. So there is where you need to bring in presence. Practice presence. Be fully present with your partner. Listen deeply, and that's an art. This is not the first time that we're
Yes.
talking about listening. Listening is an art, and
Mm-hmm.
in a long-term relationship, and you are already in a boring relationship, you need to coach yourself if you don't have a coach. Okay, to
Mm-hmm.
listen actively, deeply,
Mm-hmm.
and engage with intention. Everything you do, put an intention, and that brings energy with it. Okay. Tip number 2: create rituals. It's very important to create your own rituals, sacred rituals around intimacy, because we do have a rat race around us. And when you reach home, you need to cook food, put the kids in bed, and then you go in bed without showering even some of the people around here. But
Mm-hmm.
you need to be aware you are in a relationship and it's already boring. So you need to create rituals, and this can happen only after, in the evening. Maybe some people find it very very beautiful in the morning also, but you need to check where it's when it's better for you. So what kind of rituals? Mindful touch, meditations, or gratitude practices. That those are rituals that you can do together, and they are very beautiful, and it creates an energy between the two person, and a connection. Okay. Tip number 3: go connect beyond the bedroom. Share meaningful conversation, explore new activities together,
Mm-hmm.
or nurture friendship. That can also be something that can spice up the relationship. Okay. You don't even need to go sexually with the friendship, but you can do some things together. Okay. What I started saying, tip number 4: embrace playfulness. Bring joy, bring humor, bring spontaneity into your relationship. It's very, very important. Okay. And the last tip that I want to leave the audience with is tips number 5: self reflection. Some of us don't have even time to sit alone with our own minds. You need to honor your own needs and desires. And we don't do that with a partner, because some of us, our partner is not do not agree with would not never agree with our desires. So how are you going to honor those desires? So it's very important um, to honor these desires, because they come up for you, part of your growth. Okay. Work on self-love. Bring your authentic self forward. That should be in the relationship, and you shouldn't be hiding or not honoring or discarding them. Yeah. So tell me what
Mm-hmm.
comes up.
What comes for me, I want to put it in one word: communication is the key. Because if you can't communicate your needs, you cannot experience that fire, right? And again, like I mentioned, it takes two to tango. Because if your partner is not responsive or not receptive to everything what you have to offer, then I would think twice. I wouldn't want to continue staying with the person who just wants his way without actually acknowledging what's important for me. So I know, like as you were talking, and I'm just thinking, oh my God, like these kind of classes have to be taught in high school and forward in college, because that would make people more conscious when they are choosing their partner for life. Because again, everything is exciting at the beginning, but then a lot of things are showing up. And then when we are deep in the relationship, deep in marriage, it's not that easy to walk away, right? So I trust that these things have to be like really talked about, discussed, right? And a lot of times we don't even want to, like touch that topic because we do not want to look into that, to dig into that, because we know it might bring something up. It could be very painful, and it could also have the outcome that we are not expecting, right? But again, we just have one life in this body, and I am totally about having fun, explore, and really connect with yourself of what you want from this life, and also have that partner that listens to what your needs are, somebody who is willing to give you, like you said, the active listening, to be present for you, and to enjoy that intimacy together with you and beyond, right? Because it's not just intimacy, but also to have that friend. Like in one person you want to have the friends, the sexual partner, the partner for life, somebody that you can trust beyond the bedroom, right? So the idea is it takes a lot of different angles to look at the person, and everything starts from communication. Because if the communication is not there, if there is no open communication, there are a lot of things that will be actually falling apart.
Yes, true. And I love it how you say it. And I would like to add something else on it, because it is communication. However, but if you are not your authentic self, or you cannot be your authentic self because you are, let's say, financially dependent, you are dependent, and you cannot be yourself authentically. Even you cannot communicate, because some things are not being said, are not being told to your partner, because you cannot be your authentic self. It is not honored. Because I want to say, even though you are financially dependent, you should have a way, a door to be your authentic self. And that's where I come in. Okay, so I do invite listeners to deepen their journey with personalized coaching. These things are not being provided in schools. They should, as you stated just now, they should be provided in school, because it's part of being in the society. It's part of, you want to keep that sacred family together, because we can all say, hey, I'm going to throw the towel in, give up. But you have kids, you have invested your time, your money, everything in that family, and you should have tools to keep that in good shape, to last longer, not to throw the towel. Okay, it's very simple and to throw the towel and stop with everything. But I do not believe in divorces or separation. I do believe if you have the right tools, you can salvage your investment, your time that you invested, your money that you invested, the part of yourself that we cannot state in money wise, in amount. So you invest everything of you. So you should have tools to keep this investment in good shape for a long while. So I do offer a lot of programs and sessions. And I do design these sessions. I tailor them for the person or for the couple. I don't believe there is a one program for everybody. No, I don't believe that. Okay, that's why I do have that discovery session. And I do think a lot of coaches have that for us to understand what's going on and provide what we think it's needed together with the client. So I do encourage you to reach out, even for me or for Irina. And let's say I'm going to give a free discovery session today. If you are listening now and you want to have a talk with me, message me and state that you just listened at this Monogamy and the Missing Fire session of episode number 67. And you will get a free discovery session from me. because I think it's important. That's what I feel now, and that's what I'm going to provide now. So,
Awesome.
thank you.
Awesome sauce. Well, we have a couple of links in our episode as well. So if anybody feels the nudge to reach out, they know how to reach out to us. What I also wanted to add, not every marriage was meant to be saved. Again, it takes two to tango, and I'm a perfect example. And Dina, as well as your example, you also got divorced. So just go and say nobody has to be divorced. I would be just not 100% authentic by saying that. Again, because one person can want everything, and I was at some point in my marriage where I was fighting for it. But then when I realized I'm the only person that I'm the only warrior in that, like in that team who always wants to fix things, I just said, you know what, I deserve so much better and more. So the idea is, yes, we can say these things, but again, to each its own. And the most important thing is to have people to explore what really works for them and to allow them to connect. Like I would say that the most important thing, as you mentioned, is to have the connection with your authentic selves. Because once we understand who we are and what we want from life, everything else stems from that point. So first discover who you are and then what you want in life, and then proceed with confidence. Because
I
again,
love.
yes, 100%. And even like when you mentioned about financially dependent, it doesn't make a woman less if she's financially dependent. If the woman knows how to position herself, if the woman knows her worth, because remember we had prior episodes about talking, Dina, about, it's all about feminine energy. Our energy is something that is very potent and something that make the man strive for better, because behind every successful man there is a woman. So basically, do not underestimate if it doesn't come with with the woman that she is making something financial in the investment in the family. She is that wealth generator just by her presence, just by her energy. And again, just to tap to that value and to really have that unapologetic position, you do want to work on yourself and you do want to know who you are.
That's
Otherwise man would always want to overpower you and to just, like to show your place, which, like I would be like very cautious to be around these kind of men. But again, there are plenty of women who are supported 100% by men. It's their choice because they might be raising the families, they might be raising the kids, right? And
yes.
it doesn't make a woman less of who she is because she is not working, but it makes more of her because she is giving that man something that is more value than the money. And basically, a lot of men can actually generate the wealth because they have the woman who stand by them, because the feminine energy is super powerful. That's what I wanted just to put into there.
Yes, that's true. And as you said, um, feminine power, feminine energy is very powerful, and we have them both, the male and the female energy
Mhm.
in ourselves. So the
Mhm.
male should be tapping in the feminine energy also for them to get those tools for them to keep their relationship in check. Okay, for them to get the guidance that they need. Okay, I like it also when you said not every relationship is we can
Say yes,
salvage.
totally.
um, um, because mine, for example, if I had a coach like me, I'm certain that I will be still married, but I will not be a coach. That's the
Yeah,
the
your
difference.
pain becomes your purpose. That's exactly how it is. We have to same thing. Like if I didn't go through my experience of the painful relationship, I wouldn't be where I am today, right? So everything happens for the reason, and the more we realize it, that every experience is the learning lesson for us, and it's not the curse, it's just the season, right? So it's not the time to just say that, hey, the life is over. No, it's just the new beginning. And the more we connect with that, the more we realize that we are so powerful beyond the measure. And the more we
Yeah.
connect to our power within, the more we realize how unstoppable we are, and the more we realize that we are meant for so much more in this life. So don't dim your light for anybody. And thanks so much for today's conversation. That was pure joy. And for everybody who loved it, you want to comment, thanks so much for tuning, for listening. And again, everything is just starting from us. If we want more out of life, we decide for it first, and then we connect with the people who can help us. Thank you so much, and see you for the next episode next